Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have obviously mixed reports about the Ukrainian counteroffensive from the Ukrainians and some Western media outlets. The Ukrainians are doing almost great. That's why I said some in the Western corporate media. From the Russians, no, they're not doing anything. We just repel all their attacks and we destroy a lot of equipment. I have two articles here. One coming from the Ukrainians, but actually it's from Reuters, and but about that's positive towards the Ukrainians, and the other one is coming from the evil Russia Today, telling us Putin's statements on Ukraine's war losses in the counteroffensive. He has a little meeting with war correspondents, and he was asked questions, and he answered the questions. So he's going to tell us the Ukrainian losses according to whatever numbers were provided to him. So let's start with the Reuters article. It is from today, June 13th, 2023. And the title reads, Ukraine reports gains, says Russians, and I'm quoting, doing everything to hold positions. So this is according to Reuters. Ukraine reported more gains in the early stages of its counteroffensive on Tuesday, but said Russian forces were doing everything they can to defend the territory they have occupied. Deputy Defense Minister said Ukrainian troops have advanced 250 meters to 175 yards near the small eastern city of Bakhmut, 200 meters on the Toretsk front in East Ukraine, and 500 meters to 1 kilometer in the direction of the port city of Berdyansk. No, they say they advance. Okay, whatever. Let's move to the big guys here. Russia Today, June 13, 2023. Ukraine has lost hundreds of pieces of Western supplied hardware, Putin says. You don't have to believe this guy, you don't have to believe these guys, but this is the information we have. Up to 30% of the heavy equipment sent to Kiev has been destroyed by Russian troops, the president has said. Ukrainian forces have already lost dozens of tanks and hundreds of armored vehicles in their attacks on Russian positions, President Vladimir Putin told war correspondents on Tuesday, which is today. Kiev's troops have so far failed to achieve success on any of the fronts. Hey, what are you talking about? Well, these guys, what they say here, meters, all these 200 meters, 250 meters, 500 meters, 90 square, what, Maliar is lying? Are you saying, Putin? All right, let's go back to this, guys. Russian positions have faced attacks from 4 major directions, the president said during a meeting at the Kremlin. He added that Ukrainian reserves, including those equipped with Western-supplied military hardware, had also been thrown into the fray. However, the offensive has led to massive losses in personnel and material for Kiev. Putin stated, Ukraine has lost, and I'm quoting, at least 160 tanks and 360 armored vehicles, end quote, according to Putin. And the military hardware destroyed by Russian troops accounts for between 25% to 30% of all Western military equipment supplied to Ukraine, the president estimated. Now, judging by the desperation coming from these guys in Washington, D.C., saying that they will send Bradleys immediately, and the Germans saying, we can't send you Leopard 2 tanks anymore, but guess what, we're going to send you the ones we designed in 1956, Leopard 1. We're going to take those ones. Jesus Christ, I made a video on that. It's embarrassing. I think it's criminal to do that, to send that old of equipment to fight the Russians with satellites, missiles, and drones, and I don't know, man, this is unbelievable. But what the hell? They send F-16s. They were designed in 1976. So what did you expect? Pretty soon they will provide Ukraine with biplanes from the First World War. And I'm quoting, "There are also losses that we do not see, which are a result of long-range, high-precision strikes," Putin said, claiming that Ukraine's actual losses are likely higher than the figures they had given. Regarding personnel, Putin said Russian casualties were 10 times lower than among Ukrainian forces. This guy said the other way around. The Ukrainians, no, actually, we didn't have anybody dead, but the Russians are almost all dead. I'm just exaggerating, obviously, but something like that. The president also reiterated that the fundamental goals of the Russian military operation in Ukraine remain the same, and that the Kremlin does not plan to change them. At the same time, Putin maintained that Moscow, and I'm quoting, "sincerely sought," end quote, "to reach an agreement with Kiev and resolve the differences involving former southeastern Ukrainian regions, which have since joined Russia following a series of referendums in autumn 2022. After long touting a counteroffensive, Ukraine finally launched its operation last week, although thus far it has apparently failed to bring about any dramatic changes on the front line. I agree with that. Even the Ukrainians can't come with 200 meters, 300 meters. It's 2 football fields, god damn it. Anyway, the Russian Defense Ministry has reported Ukrainian forces have lost dozens of pieces of military hardware in their attacks, including tanks and armored vehicles supplied by the West. I made videos with videos provided by these guys. So if those are lying now, anyway, I don't think they were modified or anything like that, because they saw a video coming, Russian military, videotaping the Leopard and the Bradley destroyed and so on. The ministry has also published videos showing Russian forces successfully striking Ukrainian heavy equipment. On Tuesday, one such video showed Russian soldiers seizing a German-made Leopard 2 main battle tank and US-produced Bradley infantry fighting vehicles. I made a video this morning on this one. Kiev has demanded more tanks from Berlin amid the intense fighting. Yes, and $2 billion American weapons are going to come to Kiev right now. So, the Russians say they destroyed between 25 and 30% of the Western supplied weapons in the first week. So that will give us 3 more weeks, and they're done. If we have a linear equation, if we have an exponential, then it's a totally different story. Or maybe they will not destroy any anymore because the Ukrainians are going to be smarter than ever, and those pieces of equipment are going to wake up. We got to do some business here, take care of it, and we'll avoid all the rockets, missiles, drones, and everything else, mines. We'll find out. Anyway, this comes from Putin, that one comes from Maliar. I think both give us their version, obviously, which is parallel of the same, how was the suspect dressed? He wore a black suit. How was the suspect dressed? He wore some red shirts and nothing else. Okay, have you witnessed the incident? I was over there, actually. Me too, yeah, I witnessed. Boom, boom, boom. That's Putin and Maliar. Now, what the hell? The only thing we know is that a counteroffensive started. On the location over there, you know the location. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Time will tell. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.